They were once nothing more than commoners, the lowest class of society. People like them weren't even allowed to step near the prestigious 1001 Hall. Known by everyone as the Three Worms, they had no status, no opportunity, and no future. Until she appeared, the leader of the Demonic Heaven Pavilion. She offered them something no one else ever had. A choice. You might have missed the chance to learn advanced martial arts, she said, but if you want, I can teach you what we taught our escorts. To survive here, you need to be at least a snake. Wanna give it a try? They didn't hesitate. They took that opportunity and swore to repay her kindness. This chance meant everything to them. One of them, the white-haired one, shouted their oath loud and proud, "We will devote our loyalty. So please, accept us as your subordinates." But now, in the middle of the mock battle, Jean stood before them, calm yet focused. "I understand your passion," he said, "but we're still in a mock battle." Still, the Three Worms didn't back down. With determined eyes and fierce intent, they charged him anyway. "If we must choose someone to serve," they declared, "we hope that person is you, young master." Onlookers were stunned. Whispers filled the air. No one could make sense of what these three were doing. On the other side, fourth group leader Ju Gukseon was furious. What on earth are they doing? Even if they fought with all their might, they wouldn't even touch him. Her frustration only grew. To think she could bring along the Ma clan's collateral line, and now it's helping Jean clan's first young master? It's so unfair. Suddenly, Ju Gukseon gave a sharp command. Transform into the ascending current formation. Break through from one point. But Baek-sang read her move perfectly. As they advanced, she shouted her counter, change to raging current formation, close in from both sides. Ju Gukseon's eyes widened. We aren't breaking through, she's letting us in? A tactic, to force us into close combat. Jean quickly analyzed the situation and signaled Baek-sang. She nodded without hesitation and roared, charging formation. Break their lines and counterattack now. Their squad split into two. Jean led the frontal attack, while Ma Jinseong's team moved in for the real blow. Ju Gukseon panicked. Hold them back at all costs, you fools. But Jean was halted again by the same three who pledged loyalty earlier. If we let you break through here, they said, we don't deserve to call ourselves your subordinates. Jean raised an eyebrow, then smirked. With a sudden kick, he knocked one aside. Well, you don't have to let me through, he said coolly. Confused, they asked, what do you mean? Jean looked up with that same confident smile. Actually, the main attacker isn't me. They were stunned. No way? At that moment, Ma Jinseong soared into the air. Ju Gukseon could only watch, frozen. A powerful kick shattered the flag in two. Victory was sealed. Jean watched as Group 2 celebrated. That was understandable. The senior instructor, especially Jang, was thrilled. Also understandable. Group 4, clearly upset at their loss, perfectly normal. But those three, the ones who lost to him earlier, they looked heartbroken. Jean walked toward them. Why are you sad? He asked. Did someone upset you? The three looked down. Young master? No, it's just... Jean cut them off. Are you upset because you didn't perform well? Or because you're afraid the Demonic Heaven Pavilion will be destroyed if you lose? They stared at him, wide-eyed. How do you know that? It's obvious, Jean said bluntly. Power abuse is a tradition. Cruelty is an everyday occurrence here. He paused, then declared, but I can stop it. Their eyes lit up with a new kind of hope. Really? We won't forget your kindness. Jean simply replied, there's no need to thank me. But you all understand what it means to become my subordinates, right? You were the ones who asked me to accept you. The three nodded. Of course. You're recruiting people for the special test, the one called mainstream, right? Jean smiled nonchalantly. You'll have to survive there too. I can't make the dead my subordinates. So, how about it? Do you have the guts to follow me into hell? Without hesitation, they bowed. Even if it's worse than hell, we will follow you until the end, my lord. Time passed. In another part of the camp, Ju Gukseon was seething with rage. Her hands trembled, her mind clouded. With a loud crack, she smashed the table beside her. How dare they? How dare they use young Master Jean to threaten me? The demonic heaven pavilion is a place I actually like. I'd be very sad if it disappeared. His quiet words were a warning, a silent challenge. Ju Gukseon clenched her teeth. People of similar levels should play together. But why? Why is he hanging around with her? Why are they so friendly? Her thoughts turned to Baek Sang. Why was Jean so kind to her, yet so cold to Ju Gukseon? None of it made sense. Then a realization struck. Wait. What if, the loss in the mock battle, and what happened with young Master Jean, are all Baek Sang-a's fault? Suddenly, it all clicked. Then everything makes sense. Just then, a man approached her from behind. Did I come at a bad time? She turned around, startled. You are. Let's see who this man is, and what chaos he brings in the next chapter.